We begin today's recording by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we are on. I am on Burrawang land. Where are you, Breeza?
I am on the land of the Djajarurrung people.
We pay our respects to the elders past and present and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who are tuning in today.
And wherever you're listening to the potty today, make sure you know whose land you're on. Join us each week for some booze-free banter about life without booze.
If you're entertaining cutting back your booze by a day, a week, a month, or for the rest of your life, we would love for you to tune in.
Buckle up and come along for a ride that may just change your life. If any of today's conversations have been triggering, please reach out to your local support centre in Australia. That is Lifeline 131114. Okay.
We're cracking the imaginary cans today. We're remote.
We are remote for our listeners, so we don't have our... Well, actually, I did bring Altina down to the beach, Maso, but because we are recording early in the morning, I was like, I'm going to save my Altina for tonight.
Yeah. Save it when you need it.
But if we were drinking, what Altina would you be drinking today, Maso?
Do you know what I haven't had for a while? We flogged sangria. Oh, you were going to say that as well?
Yes. Love sangria.
So do I. I actually got goosebumps thinking about it. I really need to tuck into that.
Yeah, I miss it. It was a real nice winter drink, I feel. Did you drink it mainly in winter, the sangria?
All year round.
Yeah.
I liked it chilled. I liked it anyway. And that's a good thing about it. You can have it both.
100%, mate.
So if you've just got a warm can kicking around the bottom of your bag.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I don't have to worry about it. Cheers. What do we got?
Altina. So for our listeners, and if you're new and tuning in, just FYI, Altina are one of our favourite non-alcoholic drinks companies. We love them. There's 3 varieties in their range so far. I know there's more coming, and we can't wait to be a part of that. So if you are new to the potty, jump on board Altina Drinks. They have given us a discount code for our listeners, which is unreal, Maso. It's 10% off using BFB10 at checkout. Yeah. And where do they shop, Maso?
At www.altinadrinks.com. And congratulations to Christina.
Oh, yes, Christina.
And Alan, they've got a new bubba. So congratulations, team. It's wonderful.
So they're the founders of Altina, Christina and Alan, and they've just, had new bubs.
Yeah,
so nice.
Congratulations. We love you guys. Thank you.
Meso.
Breeza. How you going?
Just as I was saying that, my phone started ringing. And I'm like, it's a random number too. Like, I will not be answering that. So I'm recording a podcast.
Yeah. Rude.
Hey, as I was preparing for this potty, Maso, I realised that this potty is dropping on the 6th of Feb and it's episode 66.
Shut up.
And tonight, what have we got on tonight?
We've got Jill Stark's books launch for higher sobriety.
I know.
Amazing. Yes.
Have you ever been to a book launch?
No.
Me either.
No. We're so fancy, Bants, and so good to be rocking on a Monday night because we'll wake up. That's the joy about sobrieties. We wake up fresh on a Tuesday. Easy.
Absolutely. I'm pumped. So pumped. And I don't know who will be there, but there'll be some of our mates there, I'm sure.
Yeah, Andy will be there as well. I think she's going to come along with us as well. So, so good. So, hi, Andy.
That's Andy from Etch Sparkling, another one of our favourite drinky poos. We love them.
Yeah, get across them. Yeah.
Now, wow, we're remote today, aren't we? Why are we?
What's happening?
Happening?
There is a bit. Can I just quickly show you? So, I'm at my dad's in Kerrang at the moment. He's had a little turn with his Parkinson's. I was pretty wobbly yesterday, feeling good today. I ask him each day out of 10 how he is. Yesterday, he was a 5. By the end of the day, he's a 6 1/4. Today, he's a 7. So that's good.
Ripper.
Yeah. So, and I think
Ripper.
that just shows love, connection, feeding him up with good food, getting him back on gut performance, CBD oil, all the things. And can I just show you quickly? Look at the glasses at my dad. This is what was it called? IXL Collectibles Jam Jar. It's Daffy Duck. It's a cricket bat. Don't you love going home?
How old would that be? Do you reckon?
Probably 30 years old, I reckon.
Yeah.
Or do you remember the cream cheese and Vegemite jars as well?
Oh, classic. Yeah.
Yes, weren't they the best? With the little tin lid, and then you had the different sizes. They were gold, never unbreakable. Where are they?
I know, where are they? Well, let me show you my glass.
What do you got?
Mine is very breakable. So for our listeners,
oh my God.
Like, it is an actual wine glass, and the base of it is like this fanging, like looks like a fake diamond, like a purple diamond, which holds up the glass. So it's a fancy pants. I run a water with it today. But imagine if I was on the piss drinking this.
Oh,
mash.
So you kiss it goodbye. May as well break it before you start. Just get it out of the way. Throw it in the bin.
I love our glassware today.
Yeah, so do I. Really stepped it up.
Now, Maso, you said before you had a bit of a wobble yesterday, and I know on your stories you were sort of sharing that it was a bit of a rough day. Because I've been thinking of you, because obviously you're back in Kerrang with your dad, and it was, 18 months, 20 months ago, where you were also caring for your dad in Kerrang, and you were hitting the piss pretty hard.
Solid.
You were doing like double strength gins. Have you been triggered, and how have you got through those wobbles?
Really great question, Breeza, actually, and I've done a lot of reflecting. Probably seeing Dad in his demise and feeling really helpless and feeling like, shit, I'm back here again, and the heaviness of being his full-time carer came back. Absolutely no triggers about alcohol, though. God, no. Nah, wouldn't want to touch it. In fact, I just feel shameful about it. I feel, and it was going to be part of my shame story today, but we'll see if we're going to do a confession session or a shame story.
That's cool.
But I do feel really ashamed that I did that when I was here. And I'm dealing with everything so much differently now, Breeza. Like I think there was a quote. It says, anyone, when there's alcohol, and there's so much alcohol in your life is more stressful when there's booze in it. You think it's actually helping, but it's not. And I realised how I was just so stressed, and I was so heavy, and I was in that headspace of just peaking dark all day long. I now feel on top of it. Yes, it's stressful, it's difficult, but I'm just ticking stuff off, things that I need to do, just getting on with the job. I'm calm, I have tolerance, I'm present with Dad. I am also honouring myself. If I need a little nap, I'll have a little nap. If I need to stay out and exercise longer or stay at the pool or go for a walk with Jen, I do that. I'm just a lot more aware of what I need to honour myself now. It's really amazing, and it's incredible how sobriety has just given me so much more, and I can see clear and cope with things better without it. It's mind bending, actually, and I'm so grateful that I do have this time with Dad without booze, and it's unreal.
Mate, that's unreal. And the ripple effect of that is obviously your dad is benefiting. And I was messaging you the other day, and you said, look, I'm reaching out to other people to help out. Like, you're not taking it all on yourself, which is causing more stress, which would make you drink more. You're actually going about it more sensibly, I feel. And you are leaning on people that can help. Those resources are there. That's huge, mate. That's huge.
Thank you. Yeah, I've got a clearer head, and I'm just so lucky to come from a small country town where I know everyone. I know the lawyer for the power of attorney. I know the community care. She used to coach me in netball. I know the pharmacy chicks. I went to school with them. I know the physio up at the hospital, which I used to play netball. Do you know what I mean? Like,
those
and
connections.
it is really, really lucky, really special. And it's really nice. And I just wish everyone, and you said it before, Breeza, on a post, I just wish everyone would remove booze just for a bit to see how much better life is without it, and you deal with things. You said it before in one of the first episodes, it doesn't solve all your problems, but you're equipped to deal with them better.
Yeah, and I still stand by that as well, Maso. And look what you have achieved in the last 12 months with, that emotional roller coaster that you went on. And I was like, oh, Maso's going to crash.
Call the ambulance. Let's book her in rehab immediately.
But put it this way, I wouldn't have been surprised if you had rang me and like, Breeza, I'm just going for a deep dive down a bowl of rosé. I'll see when I pop up to the top.
Float to the service.
Literally. Literally.
Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, thank you. You've been an amazing support, and the potty, this whole therapy each week has been
How good is it? How lucky are we?
Oh, so lucky. Everyone should do a podcast. It really.
Everyone should. And we're just saying, actually, before we went live, like how good that we can do this potty remotely. You're in Kerrang, I'm in Ocean Grove, and we've still managed to, come together. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, smash out a potty.
Yeah.
Which is great, actually, because even being down the beach can be a little bit triggering as well, being on holidays especially. But I have bought with me, we're only here for a couple of nights, but I actually bought Heaps Normal, their half-day hazy, which I've been smashing over summer. I love it. Well done, boys.
Brilliant.
And the other one is Oddbird Champagne. Actually went nuts at the Dan Murphy's in Ocean Grove because they got a huge range. I went nuts over sort of New Year's and didn't drink all the non-alcs that I'd bought. So one of the ones was the Oddbird Bubbles. So I brought that down
good.
Next couple of days.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Good.
but actually quick shout out to the Ocean Grove Cellar Door. I don't know if I've mentioned them before. They have, so they've got Heaps Normal, the full range, and they've also got Hop Nation. Hop Nation have really stepped up their non-alcs, their beers. And the Ocean Grove Cellar Door have, I think, 3 out of the 4, I hope that's right, of their range as well. So, good job.
Good job, team. Love that. Everyone's on board. Love it.
Yes. Now, were you going to roll into, what are we rolling into today, Maso?
Well, you choose. I've got one of each.
I love that you're Brett. Well, I might go. This is kind of funny because my son's here actually, and he's going to hear all of this. So we're going to go, well, again, this could fit into both categories. I might go confession session.
All right, cool. Yeah, that keeps us up. Bit up.
Okay, all right, let's get on with
it.
Okay. Session, it's time to play. Where you tell us what you're ashamed to say.
It's funny because now my daughter's awake as well, so I've got 2 kids listening. Kids, block your ears.
Kids in the car. Just a little to make content of that. Whenever I ring Breeza, the kids know that there'll be sweary when I ring, so they'll be like, "Kids in the car."
It's a full call out, isn't it, before we start our little
so
combo.
Good. Love it.
So this actually popped into my head, Maso, when I was listening to our EP 65, so last week's episode, and you mentioned the phone fuck up situation with text from Young Punk saying that he loved you. And at the time when we recorded, I didn't even think anything of it, but as I was listening back to it, I was like, oh my God, remember that time, Brianna, when... So let me just ask the question first. What's 3 little words that one would say to a guy to have him run the other way as fast as he could?
I want to have your baby.
Well, that's another one as well. So this was I had hooked up with a guy a couple of times, and then obviously drinking, blacked out. And Cruz is going, you is my son. So it's a long time ago, Cruz, long time ago. So I would have been in my 20s. So, blacked out. And then he just ghosted me. I was like, oh, that's weird. Anyway, it came back to me. It was like probably 5 years later, I feel.
Okay.
And a mutual friend of ours said to me, oh, don't you remember telling him that you loved him? It's just like probably number 3 hookup or something. And I'm like, oh, that explains it then. Like, didn't love this guy at all.
No, just
blind drunk, and don't remember saying it, so it doesn't count technically, right? And I still look back at that and go, oh, how embarrassing, because he possibly thought it was true.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Just no.
If you're listening, you know who you are. I'm not going to say names. It wasn't true. Didn't love you. Probably a blessing in disguise that I said it, perhaps, because it made you run.
We just get so excited, and when the alcohol's buzzing around your system, you just feel your oxytocin. It's just
it's pumping around. Pumping around your body.
Feeling the love. The love. You just want to tell everyone and him.
Yep. Clearly, made him run, but that's okay.
Yep. hightailed out of there.
Live and learn.
Mate. You're just spreading the love.
But I can't believe I'd forgotten about it until I listened to last week's episode. I'm like, oh my God, that reminds me.
Oh, I love that so much. There's so much love in the room.
So much love.
Thanks for sharing, Breeza.
No worries. Over to you, Maso.
I'll take you back to, did you ever, I think I've asked you before, that penthouse that we were house sitting in Putney. Did you ever go to that?
Mm-mm.
The 3-story.
Never went, but it was like there was lots of famous stories that came out of that.
So we were house sitting at my boss's. Hi, Neil. if you're listening. Sorry.
Loves a name drop.
Some name dropping, Nige. House sitting his house. I think he'd come to Australia, actually. He was dating an Aussie bird. Anyway, a good friend of the pod, actually. Hi. He's probably going to cut all that out. Got on a bit carried away. So anyway, house sitting this 3-story penthouse in Putney Bridge. You could actually see the London Eye from where we were. You know, all the foot traffic. So busy going over the Putney Bridge, like right in the mix. And it had a rooftop balcony. Obviously, and then it actually had another balcony straight out the lounge room as well. It was an amazing setup, cracking party house. Like it was the shiz. And yeah, we got thank God it was before Facebook really kicked off and sort of camera phones. Like it was the old Nokias back in the day that you'd probably take a bit of a picture, but it was, you know, a bit rough.
Shit ass.
Yeah. So we got a call from Nige saying that there had been complaints from the landlord because we were out on the rooftop balcony flashing our tits.
Not surprised though.
tits out for Putney. Like, yeah, we denied it.
Out.
Get the girls out. Girls are out flashing our tits to the peak hour traffic on their way to work on a Monday morning. So yeah, we denied it, but obviously
this is coming at the end of a bender, right?
Yeah,
end of a bender.
Yeah, I don't
Monday
know
morning.
I don't know whether I'd get my tits out sober. Maybe it's something I should do.
Yeah,
maybe.
Or go to a nudie beach.
Oh yeah, actually, I've been to nudie beaches. I've baked topless before. It's not bad. It's very liberating.
Yeah, go for Australia.
Might do it.
Getting back to go. Sorry.
No, I was going to say I might pop down to my bay, Port Phillip Bay, and just rip out girls.
Or pop out to the Murray River while you're in Kerrang.
To Loddon, just rip out the Gumbow Creek.
Get the girls out. Without naming names, Maso, would I have known your accomplice in the?
Yeah.
I know.
All of them.
Straight up. Yep.
All of them.
Straight up.
All of them.
Anyway.
Dear. But anyway, no one was hurt. But just
no one was hurt. But again, it's something we wouldn't have done sober.
Yeah, and we denied it
on a Monday morning, especially on a Monday morning.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, Putney.
Oh, they would have loved it. I'm sure there would have been some blokes coughing when they got to work. Guess what I just saw? Some chicks.
Ladies.
Now I'm pumped for this ep, Maso. I'm so pumped for it. Pumped for it.
Well, love. We've had a great response, haven't we?
Yeah. So today we're going to rip out frequently asked questions.
Facts.
You call them facts.
Depends where you come from.
Which I'm loving this because I really struggled with this for the first, I would say 3 months of giving booze a flick. I struggled when someone asked me a question. I just flounder. And then I just dig myself a hole, and then I start questioning why I'm not drinking, and I'd walk away feeling like I lost that conversation.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, this will be a great little app for those that, especially if you're new to sobriety or if you're thinking about cutting back and you're just not confident, because let's face it, like the peer pressure is enormous, isn't it, Maso?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. What's that little, alcohol is the only drug that people are skeptical about or they question about. Yeah.
You have to justify not having.
Yeah. Well, they're skeptical, like, why ain't drinking? But, if you hand around a plate of Coke and said, no, pass, they'd be like, oh, you're sweet, no worries. But if you're not drinking, it's like, What's wrong with you? Weak as
Yeah.
piss, soft cock, like, just have one, or the whole,
All that and more.
yeah, all that.
So, how do you want to do this? Do you want me to fire a
Yeah,
question?
you kick off.
And then, so I've got 10 questions here, which are obviously going to be similar to yours anyway, Maso. So
Yeah.
the classic one is just, why aren't you drinking?
Yeah, okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
all right.
What's your response?
Mine is, it just wasn't serving me. It was taking more than it was giving, i.e. dignity, memory, pride. I stooped to new lows, aggression, anger, uncontrollable emotions, and it took me away from myself. I didn't know me, I didn't like myself, and it took away my patience and calmness. That's a really quick rattle off, and I'm probably not going to say all of that, but probably my first ones is, it just wasn't serving me. It was taking away more than it was giving.
Yeah, like
That's
that.
what I say. Yeah.
I feel like the trick with this question is that your answer should be something that gives them nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And that what you've just said then, people are like, oh, yeah, cool. Sweet. Like, good for you.
Yeah. Shut down.
Yeah. Whereas this is the one I struggled on. I hate.
Okay.
So I'd be like, oh, I'm just because I'm just off it. And then that opens them up to more questions, more heckling. So it took me a good 6 months to get my answer, which is, I'm a better mum when I don't drink.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah.
I love it. Short and sharp.
Short and sharp. You could even say I'm a better person when I don't drink.
Yeah.
The other one too, which Ben Lomas said, the other one I think is a nice little one, is just, I'm just having a break.
Yeah.
Just having a break.
Yeah.
But the one that Ben Lomas said in episode whatever that was, he just said, I'm doing it for charity.
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
I mean, it's fine in January, February, July, October. They're all sort of like sober months. But all the other months, you're out open water, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think if you just say, I'm doing it for charity.
Love that.
They can't really go anywhere with that, can
they? Yeah. I love that. And Andy from Etch says, I'm drinking. There's no alcohol in my cup.
Yes. Another cracker.
Yeah.
Another cracker.
I love that as well. Yeah.
That's almost goes into confusion therapy type scenario. Love that.
Yeah. Love that as well. Yeah.
All right. Next question.
Yep. Me, you.
I'll go. When are you getting back on it?
Oh, yes. This is a cracker.
Have you been asked that question, Maso?
Do you know what? I think I haven't really been asked many of these, because for the first probably 12 months I really isolated myself. You were out and about a lot more. So a lot more people, and I wasn't really around people, or the people that I was going out with knew. We were doing the potty. There was no questions. There was no questioning.
So I just to preface this, I've been asked all these questions in the last 18 months.
Yes, so, perfect. Yes.
So perfect. So when are you getting back on it?
Yeah, when you're getting back on it. So I would say maybe never. When are you getting off it?
Aggressive play.
And I think I say that also because I made the big call 10 years ago when I had that 14 minutes off it, and I felt like I was loud and proud going, I'm never drinking again.
Yeah.
I made that call. I said that. So I'm not saying that anymore. So, yeah, I think just throwing it back and going, maybe never. When are you getting off it?
Love that.
What do you say?
I just say, not sure. I'm feeling so good being off it. I just feel so good being off it.
Yes,
and
love it.
Becomes like an addiction almost. You just don't want to break that feeling goodness.
100%.
So, yeah.
I agree.
Righto.
Me?
Yep.
What have I got here? Fun. What do you do for fun?
Oh, yeah. Actually, I forgot to write that one down. Fun, what do you do for fun? So my response, again, I used to struggle. I'd be like, oh, well, just, go just like hang out with my friends. Like I just have this like really watery answer. But now I say, well, everything that you do for fun, everything that you would do for fun just without booze.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Yeah, yes.
Bit of confusion therapy once again.
Yeah. They don't know what to do, do they?
No, they don't.
I would say, yeah, what do you do for fun? I'd say everything. I said the opportunities are endless. You get to chase more fun instead of writing myself off.
Yeah.
I'm just doing more adventures than ever, getting out of my comfort zones of bars and pubs and exploring sights and sounds and places and nature and people and being still and being my own and enjoying my own company and getting to know myself and just doing fun stuff for me.
Yeah. Yes. Brilliant.
Gigs, festivals, dancing.
Yeah.
I know, sober. It's
Everything.
astonishing, isn't it, that dancing, but it's liberating as fuck, dancing sober.
Absolutely. Because everyone thinks you're drunk anyway, so you might as well dance like carry on a bit.
Have it up, slut drop.
But isn't that I feel like that's a really ignorant question.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more.
And I have been asked that before, and I love that opportunity to. I actually rattled off stuff, but I said pretty much everything that you would do anyway, but I just don't have alcohol.
Yeah,
while
I love
I'm
that.
doing it.
I love that. Short and sharp answers. I love your quick wit. Just a little whip. But you're so right. And I think that when people ask what do you do for fun, it actually makes me a bit sad because I'm like,
yeah, for them, sad for them.
Yes, because I'm just like, wow, that's where you're at. Like, you don't know what it's like to have alcohol out of your life. You rely on that for fun, which essentially was me.
Oh, hell yeah, same.
We were those people, but because we've lifted the veil now and we're like, okay, you are dependent on alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
Most people are.
And the thing I sometimes miss though is a build up to an event because you get excited, you're like getting excited, you're not sure where the day or night's going to take you. Like I do miss that little window of excitement because I don't feel like I get that anymore. Like, you're going to go to an event, it's going to be great, but you don't get that little buzz of, oh gosh, where's the night going to take us sort of thing.
Yes.
So I do miss that.
And those drinks when you're getting ready.
Oh, the pre-drinks. Yeah.
Pre-drinks, which essentially, I saw a post yesterday, I think it was Drop the Bottle, I can't remember who it was from. They do some cracking content, actually.
Don't they? Drop the Bottle
on
Instagram.
Bang. Yeah, they are brilliant. The high of your first drink of alcohol only lasts 20 minutes and you never get that again. And we've been chasing that 20 minutes our whole lives.
Yep. 20
That's
minutes, 25 years.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, astonishing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, you go. Fire away.
Yeah, I have had, well, why would you want to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you, you know?
So,
I would, yeah, you go.
I was just sick of doing the same shit every weekend and feeling like shit.
Yes, exactly. And mine was, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? Like, removing alcohol is the greatest gift I've ever given to myself, the Einstein quote. And Drew Barrymore said this, the boys from Last Drinks podcast posted this. It was Drew Barrymore. She was talking about removing alcohol and she said, but repeating the same behaviour and expect different outcome is the definition of insanity. We keep going on about that. We can't, like, you keep doing the same thing expecting a different result. Like, change it up. Like, life's going to be better. And it is better without booze. So, yeah. Love that.
Love that. My turn. Why aren't you drinking? Are you prego?
Oh, this is it's the main question, isn't it?
Have you been asked that?
I would have done in the past. Yeah. And I don't know whether I've been asked it this time. It's mainly work crew, I reckon, that are going, what's happening? But yeah, have you?
I have, yeah.
What'd you say?
So, funny story, I actually was pregnant at the time. so I was at a hens party. It was a Sunday hens party and I was just pregnant. So I knew I was pregnant, but it was like, I don't know, 10 weeks or something. And so I was around a group of chicks that would always expect me to drink.
Okay.
And so I ordered a champagne because I was like, I've just got to try and call their bluff. And they said, oh, are you pregnant? Because I just had like I hadn't touched my champagne. They're like, oh, are you pregnant? If anyone ever asks you that, never speak to that person again. I think it's such a rude question to ask.
Oh, it's so ignorant. It goes in that ignorant.
I hate it.
Yeah.
So I just said to the girls, I had the biggest session last night and I feel so crook today. I cannot face booze.
I love that.
Don't know if they bought it or not, but that was what I said at the time.
Yeah.
But if you are not drinking and someone asks you that, I would just wipe them.
Yeah. I agree. It's such an ignorant, just a really blinkers are on, just have absolutely no idea of the world and women's fertility journey. So mine was like, are you pregnant? Nope. Why would you ask that?
Oh, yes.
Why would you think that?
I love that, mate. I love that. That's a great one.
Or you could say, you need to have sex to get pregnant.
Yeah. Like that one.
Or, you don't need to be pregnant to not drink.
Yeah.
Or there's an opportunity to educate, depending on who, depending on the, read the room, the crowd. So there's an opportunity to educate, something you might not have considered. We never know a woman's fertility journey. There's a gazillion reasons someone chooses not to drink, assuming pregnancy can be triggering. They might have miscarried, abortion, stillborn, IVF, SIDS. It's just a heads up. Skip the question.
Skip it. Yeah.
Skip it. We're banning it. Cancelling the question.
Yep. It's got in the bin.
In the bin.
In the bin gone.
Yeah. Actually, I've written here, I feel like we need to announce or get a T-shirt that says, not drinking, nope, not prego, I just turned into a Darrow on the sauce. You should try it.
I like it. Like it. All right, next question. I actually didn't write an answer for this, I just realised. So the question is, I hope you've got an answer for this, mate.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? You're soft. Eat a bag. Oh, come on, you're soft. Eat a bag of cement and harden up.
Yeah.
Your classic bogan comment, I feel.
I just walk off. I just drop a smoke bomb and get out of there. How can you have a conversation with someone like that? I don't know. Did I write it? Did I write? I don't know the way.
I don't know where you go with that, because I feel like the IQ of the person asking this question is perhaps not someone that you want to be in a conversation with.
Yeah. Yep.
But what's wrong with you? Just like, no, nothing's wrong with me. Why? Why do you ask?
Yeah, love that. Yeah.
Oh, because you're not drinking. Yeah, I'm not drinking because.
Yeah, because I don't want to.
Because I don't want to.
Yeah, because I don't want to. And why actually, this is probably a good question, because if they are that, you can say, well, why do you drink? You could poke the bear a little bit.
Which we have spoken about that. Yeah, we have spoken about that before.
You got to read the room. You got to read the room. Pick the crowd, pick your battles.
Yeah.
But it could be funny if you're prepared to just drop a smoke bomb and get out of here and just go, and it's what you put in your body is, and then that's what you could say is, I'm caring for my health. I'm prioritizing my health. And then what's in your cup is poison. So I'm,
Catcher.
Just scram, just jog on.
I
love this. I love these.
I know.
These are so funny.
Because these are all realistic. Like, these are questions that have been fired at us.
Yes. So just for a month, like dry Jan.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, no. I've got maybe a bit longer. I'm just feeling so good not drinking.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And mine was, just dry Jan, then just Feb fast, then just Parchy March. Might even extend it and just go to no goon in June. Might even roll into dry July. Want to come with?
Yeah, keep it lighthearted.
Yeah.
Love it. You go.
I think, and I think that's an opportunity also to just say, following on with, going for each month, is they say the real the real benefits kick in after 3 months, and once you've passed that, people just feel so good that they just want to keep going, and I'm keen to see how and what that looks like.
Yeah.
But I'll take it day by day, and it's got to be better than what I've been doing for the last 30 years, surely. I'm tired of feeling like dog shit. It's so boring.
Yes. Love that one.
Yeah.
Just give them a note with that on it, I think. Just give it to and read it.
Have a consider this. And I think that's it. We are educating people and friends, because it's stuff they haven't considered.
You know what, Maso? Like in the last 18 months, there's been a shift without a doubt
Yeah, couldn't
in
agree with you more.
people's I suppose judgment perhaps that you're drinking a non-alcoholic, beer or non-alcoholic wine. They're now, instead of going, what's the point? They're now like curious about it.
Yeah, they're a bit open to going,
Yeah, and I love seeing that change. And I'm like, haha, sucker, I knew you'd come around.
Yeah, it's here to stay. It's not a fad.
Yeah, I just love it. I just love that, which rolls on to the next question, which I have been asked before. When I was drinking non-alcoholic champagne, someone said, what's the point?
Yeah. And I would have said that.
Oh, same, mate.
I would have
scoffed at it. Totally.
I love that we bring this, though. I love that we haven't been standing here all preachy going, we're like, we were those people too. We can relate.
I'd be like, well, put a bit of vodka in it. Like, come on, tease it up a bit.
Yes.
What's your response to that?
That's a good question, actually. What's the point? I'm just sick of feeling like shit. I want to wake up fresh tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel included. I love having a sparkly. I really like the taste. But I don't know, I think it's that I really like the taste. I just don't like the aftermath.
Yeah, that's what I have said before. They taste really good and don't make you feel rubbish the next day.
Yeah, bang.
Have a go.
Yeah. It makes
don't knock
me
it
feel
till you try
included.
it.
Yeah, love that. When people say, oh, you're off the booze, like, I couldn't do that.
Oh, yes. I've had that too. Yes. Yeah.
Can I just say, why not?
Yep. I've said to that person, I said, yeah, it is hard, but it's worth it.
Yeah, love that. Yeah.
Because people can do it. They can do it.
Which then it is. Well, it's actually really exposing themselves to say, yeah, I'm really dependent on alcohol.
Yeah.
If you feel like you can't do it. And I was like that 100%.
Yeah. And
alcohol we put in our lives, it became habitual, not addicted, but
habitual, like you said.
Habitual, yeah.
Habitual. I think the difference too between when I did Dry July back in 2018 to when I stopped drinking June 2021 is the fact that I educated myself on booze.
Yes.
And still continue to educate, like don't stop learning. And that's been, even as I have been sort of having one drink here and there, I'm like the one-hit wonder. So as I've still been having like one drink, or as I've gone back, I should say, to having one drink here and there, in the back of my head, it's still like, oh, you're going to have a shit sleep tonight. This is going to affect your sleep.
Wow. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. And I'll have a sip. I'm like, oh, I like the taste. I'm like, oh, but now what's the point? Like.
Yes. Which actually, we did have a question, actually. Someone did ask, that just got sent in by our listener. Stand by, I'll find it. Breeza, are you still playing mental gymnastics every time you have a drink, to drink or not to drink?
Yep. Yeah. Like I've got a party. Well, I still don't want to go beyond I still want to be the driver, like totally all the time.
Okay.
Because I don't want to go down that, destructive path of getting back on it. But yeah, I think I suppose they've become less and less as I've sort of invited a little bit of alcohol back in. I go back to reading books, listening to our potty, and going back, going, well, why are you entertaining this idea? So there is definitely still mental gymnastics going on, but I feel like I'm getting a hold of it again.
Love that.
So I know that I'm okay. I'm comfortable having one drink.
Yeah.
And going straight onto the non-alcs. Like, I feel like that's a good little setup I've got. And I know at the moment I'm only drinking, if I have one drink, it's because I want the taste of that. Like a sparkling Shiraz I had the other day.
Yeah, nice.
Or a few weeks ago, I should say. I was like, that was a beautiful drink. And then I went back to my non-alc beer.
Yeah, love that.
So I did it for the taste, which is miles apart from when I used to numb and just write myself off.
Yeah. How extraordinary. And for listeners as well, stay in your lane.
100%.
Stay in your lane. Breeza being able to manage this, and it's not easy for you.
Yeah.
Isn't
One drink
your
could be-
permission. Yeah, isn't permission for you to rip the lid off it either. So
Yeah, one drink for
everyone's-
someone could be their demise again of going back to it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And like even when you say this as well, I have those thoughts pop into my head. I'm like, oh, maybe I could do that. And I do entertain that too. But for me, it's like, yeah, what's the point? Like, I just think it would be a slippery slope. And I think you're right though, and I love that because 10 years ago when I was off it, I had no idea. I was no education about it. And that's why I dip my toe back in and on. And, you know, it's only since we're doing the potty that I've educated myself and understand it all, and it sets you in good stead. It'd look a lot differently if we didn't have that, wouldn't it? Mm.
Oh, and the fact that non-alcoholic drinks are just exploding and they're just popping up everywhere, and I just love it. I love it.
They're so exciting, and you know they're new sparkly things. Like I've said to you before, like we can walk into any bar, we know exactly what's in the bar. You know, exactly all the alcohol drinks. Non-alcs, they're new and exciting and sparkly and fun, and you know, just exciting to try them all. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I feel like so we've both you and I read lots of articles that our friends send us about non-alcs, and just you know reading about how the industry is just growing in revenue year on year, and I think it's exciting to be a part of that from the get-go. Like we've been on board from you know the infancy in Australia, and when you know. Come, you know, fast forward 10 years' time, they're just going to be a thing. It's
totally.
If you don't have them in your bar, then you're very much left behind.
Would they be the people that are asking you pregnant? And
100%. What's the point? What's the point of alcohol-free drinks? All right. Next question I have was, and again, I've been asked this one, and it really made me think actually, because I was like, oh, do you grieve alcohol?
Oh, great question. Great question.
Yeah, and I do. Yeah, wow. I grieve the funny stuff, the funny, random, loose and leery stuff I used to get up to. That's what I miss. Yes.
Really good answer as well. I'm the same. I think prior to Spilt Milk Festival that we went to last year, thank you so much for hooking me up with that ticket, the biggest thing that pained me was I was never going to go to a festival again. I could never... And to go to that just regenerate and rejuve my hope that I can go to these gigs and festivals on my own with whoever, and enjoy it sober. So, yes, there's parts of me, I'm the same as you, Breeza. Like, we love getting sideways and legalist, love getting my mind altered and just being really leery and loosey-goosey. I do miss that as well. But it's quickly, like, chomped up like a hungry hippo with the, you know, like... with the
payoff.
The payoff. Yeah, the payoff. I've written exactly that actually. Like it's, But I miss it too. It's like an ex. You know, the toxic ex, they're bad for you, but you can still miss them and that's okay.
Yeah. I was actually speaking to a girl a couple of weeks ago. We're talking about she's a festival goer. She's only 21 and she said to me, I never drink at festivals. She's like, because I don't want to miss anything.
Oh, wow.
I know. Like she drinks booze, but she's like, no, I never drink at festivals.
Unreal.
And I'm like, I know, but I'm like, you're so clever and smart because I'd have so many more memories of festivals that I've been to over the years. I just like Lincoln Park.
Oh, don't, mate.
I remember them.
I was saying to some friends recently, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Hyde Park. I would have been as wasted as Anthony Kiedis on stage. I don't remember. I remember one flash of it. That's it. Pearl Jam. It was at Carling Leeds Festival. I was this close to Eddie Vedder. Don't remember. And I can't tell you who else was at that lineup. It was like the Kill. I have seen the Killers before, but just. Yeah. Kaiser Chiefs, and Glastonbury, I can't. I'll just,
Mate.
Wow. So much memory loss.
And do you know the other part of booze that I grieve, and I know you'd be the same, Maso, is the next day unpacking the night in fits of laughter and having flashbacks and just rolling around with your friends. Like the next day you've all stayed at, one of your girlfriends' houses and you just... hacking your dacks with laughter.
Yeah.
What happened that night?
Yes.
And the next day,
Yes.
I do miss that, especially in my 20s. Like when you'd pull up pretty good the next day, you wouldn't have a horrific hangover.
Yeah.
I do miss those. Yeah, unpacking
Yeah.
the night that was.
Yes. I miss backing it up the next day, like waking up at whatever time, like 10 o'clock in the morning and ripping the lid off a rosé or a cider or whatever, or red wine, like out of a mug or something putrid just to start the day off again. I loved, or a muggy. I remember that was the last time actually, I remember I remember being in the kitchen and I was like just ripping into the muggy and my ex looked at me and goes, "Oh, how you going, mate?" Like, probably horrified, but he like jumped in as well. It was pretty funny. And it was, I miss that. I love that. And I love getting loosey-goosey. I mean, it never ended well in the end, but it was fun for a bit. I miss being a bit just naughty, I think.
Naughty. Yeah.
So
anyway, soldier on.
Yeah, soldier on. So we miss you, Booze.
R.I.P. Booze.
Stay over there. You can stay there.
Next question.
Yeah. Isn't it boring?
Oh, ouch.
Ooh, yeah. What do you get?
So the acid tongue response in me would say, no, I find sleeping in bed all day hungover boring. Like real acid tongue.
Yeah, I love that. Well, mine's pretty much the same. I'd be like, ha, ha, ha. That's so funny. What's boring is doing the same thing every weekend, getting wasted and wasting every day of a week.
Yeah.
Wasted hungover.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or you could say, no, what do you mean?
Yeah. What do you
Like, throw it back to them.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yes.
I don't comprehend.
I love that because it makes me feel really awkward for them.
Yes, because they probably don't. They probably go, "Oh, well, what do I mean?"
Gotcha. Yeah. Exactly.
Really f them up.
Yeah.
You go.
Are you an alcoholic?
Oh yeah. Have you been asked that question?
I haven't been asked if I'm an alcoholic. Oh, actually, I have. I have been asked, "Do you think you're an alcoholic?"
Yep.
And I've had friends or other people message and say, did you battle with alcohol or,
Yeah.
And I've questioned that as well.
Yeah.
Initially, before understanding addiction and alcoholism and codependency on alcohol and what that looks like, no, I'm not. I'm not an alcoholic, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think I'm an excessive person. I do things to the extreme. I'm all on or all off, but that's with all things in my life. Like, started January, I decided I'm going to give the chocolate a spell because I was eating two family boxes of chocolate. No, that's changed. But for the first, I was like, 1st of January, I just want to get off the chocolate because I was eating 2 blocks of family chocolate since last year and I was really hammering it. I moved that away from my life, but then I start drinking more coffee. I've always got to have a little treat.
Something.
I've always need to have that little bit of something. So I'm an excessive in that. I do struggle to find the balance. I'm either flat out or flatlined. So I don't think, and because I've had periods of time where I can go without alcohol, like when I'm at Dad's, it's Robbie's retreat. Like I don't drink when I'm here. Although, sorry, that rephrased that. Yeah, exactly. But even also, massive contradiction, massive.
I know what you mean though, but you could happily be there without drinking.
Yeah, and I've had periods of time where I haven't drank. So, I don't have that dependency on alcohol. I definitely used alcohol to numb and cope, and I loved it, but alcoholic, no. But it wasn't serving me, and life is better without it, is what I would say.
Yeah. I'm similar, May. So if someone said that to me, I'd be like, oh, I don't think so. However, I binge drank most weekends and it was starting to get in the way of my life.
Love that. It's a handbrake.
Handbrake. Yeah, you said that last potty. I love that terminology.
That was from Booze Free Dad, so it's not mine. It's Dad. Yeah.
Shout out to Greg.
Yeah. Love you, Greg.
Love you, Greg. Next one I had was, don't you miss getting drunk? Don't you just miss getting drunk?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I go, sometimes, but the hangovers aren't worth it. I just love feeling good. But
love that. You're exactly right. Yeah. I'm the same. exactly the same. But do you know what though? I've really, when I think about me drunk, I cringe a bit.
Oh, same, Maso. Same. I do too, 100%. I cringe a lot.
Oh, do you? Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's just such a loud mouth, Larry. Like fun for a bit, but then
a
always
pest.
yeah, absolute, absolute pest, absolute nuisance. Oh, just cringe-a-rama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that probably goes with do you miss it or have an urge? I was asked this the other night, actually, dinner.
Ooh. Do you miss it? Have an urge? Yeah. Well, I definitely there's been urges, but play the tape forward. If I started getting back on it, what would that look? How would my life look?
Yeah, yes, exactly right. And I explained that urge that I had before Christmas was intense and phoned a friend. I was never going to physically drive into a bottle shop and, unleash on a carton of Coolabah Moselle. Or, no, didn't have the urge. Actually, I'll tell you a quick story. I did go to the bottle shop recently and bought 6-pack of Coronas for a friend.
Oh, yeah. Old mate.
And I stood there and I saw this massive shelf of rosé, and it's so pretty and sparkling, that beautiful drink. And all I saw, it's just the thought in my head was just bottles of destruction.
Chaos. Yeah. Yeah. I've had that same thought before, Maso, in a bottle shop.
Really?
I was like, ruining lives, ruining families, violence.
Yes.
Like,
wow.
Like, don't get us wrong. Like, there is fun in that bottle too.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of pain.
A lot of pain. Does it ever end well?
No, not really. When you think about it.
No. Does anyone ever go out, have a good night, and there not be some fuck up?
Yeah, someone
having to someone having to apologize.
Oh, which just reminds me of another shame story, which I'll park for next. Yeah, speaking of carnage on the dance floor, we'll just make a note for that for next episode.
And I just looked at those bottles and I just thought I used to just roll in here and grab them just to neck them, just get them down the throat.
Hell yeah.
It was medication.
No class about it. Just get them down the neck.
Yeah, get them down the and just to numb and escape and medicate, self-medicate. It was never, and I remember walking those bottle shops just so miserable as well, just going, I'm here again, I'm doing this again. Like you said that you weren't going to drink today and you're drinking,
to numb.
Yeah, Band-Aid in a bottle. So anyway, good story.
Good story. Great story, Maso.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
My final question was, come on, couple won't hurt. One won't hurt.
Oh, this is classic. Oh, it kind of really will, actually.
Yeah. I was like, nah, I can't just do one. It'll end in a 100. Have you ever just done one?
Yeah, no.
No, like put it back on them.
Oh,
have you ever just done one?
Love that.
They'd be like, no, like exactly.
Yeah. I just say, mic drop, boom, just out of there. Love that. I think I would love that response, Breeza. And I think I've had that said to me before, actually. And I just say, if I have 1 or 10, I just sleep shit. I just have a shit night's sleep. Put it back on the sleep pack.
What's that other saying? I think it's an AA saying. When one's not just. Oh, what is it? One's not enough, but 1,000 is something. I can't remember. One's too many, and 1,000's not enough. Oh, I don't know. It's something
like that. Chime in, someone.
Show note.
Yeah, and one can really tick people over the edge. Like it can be.
Oh shit! Yeah, but they said that with good intentions.
Yeah,
this could be me. This could be my story. That I might have one, and then I'm like, stuff it. I'm here now.
Yeah,
so that's something I'm really, really, really mindful of.
And I've got a post on Instagram, actually, on our Instagram page, if you're not across it, at Booze Free Bants. The just have one, You know that video about just had one, just had one. It's a
brutal.
it is a brutal, but it is so true. So have a little rifle around.
Sober Dave, I think he's an English guy. I think he posted it. Did he?
He posted it, but it was from another girl named Sarah Drange or something. I can't remember, but yeah, cracker. So hi, Sarah. Beautiful job. Beautiful. Yeah. Rocky's outside the door. I can hear him. He wants
come on, Mum.
He wants in. We've had a question as well. What do you do when you're sober and you just can't tolerate your piss mates?
Oh, mate, that's when you get in the car and scram.
Yeah, I had that too. Peel off and scram. Exactly. Hightail, leg it. Best feeling ever going home to bed, having a shower and going to your bed smug as fuck, knowing that you're waking fresh. I said have an escape plan, like word up friends prior that when I hear the same story 33 times, I'm red carding myself. In fact, have a red card in your top pocket.
I'm out.
And I'm out. Just drop it. And be prepared to drop a smoke bomb. I am notorious for having to say goodbye to people. I never drop a smoke bomb. I always have to say goodbye. And it's
I'm the same, actually, mate.
Really, I yeah.
Now I think of it,
No, I just can't. I think it probably comes from if people leave, I get worried about them, and then my night's ruined. Thinking, where have they gone? Whereas they've just dropped.
I hate when people do ghosts. I hate when people
because you worry about them.
Without saying goodbye. Like, where are they? Like, have they left? Have they?
Yeah.
Are they okay?
Yeah.
So yeah.
What else have I got here? Oh, you had an urge. I think we've got through about 12 questions, I reckon, which is massive. Yeah, pretty good. We did have a random question though. A member. I always say members.
I
work at a gym member. Members. A guest, because I fly, and our listeners, so I'm going to really get my head around that. Is they want to know, I'll just find it, stand by, talk amongst yourselves for a moment.
What if we need to call our listeners like our banters?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, give them a name. We need to name them.
Banterers.
Yeah.
We might put it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Put it out to the peeps.
They say, how do you find your guests? So wanting to know how they find our guests for the potty.
Oh,
I love that. Yeah.
Well, actually, they find us. Boom.
Yes. A whole lot of sliding into DMs going on. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, we just put it out to the universe, don't we, Maso? And we've got our little list, and we do our research, obviously, and click our fingers, lickety split.
They just come at us.
We've actually got some cracking guests coming up this year. We've just got to lock in times. That's our biggest thing at the moment.
I know. It's my work that's a handbrake at the moment, isn't it? Trying to work around my work situation. So that's all the question time.
Well, I hope this has been a helpful app for people, because I know that if I had listened to this app early on, I'd be like taking notes on my little notepad. Just to have it in your armour, have it in your tool belt, because I have been caught out and it feels awkward and you're like, oh, I failed that. So it's good to have those responses ready to go. It enables you to open up a conversation, and I feel like you and I are both comfortable enough in our sobriety. I call myself sobriety. I'm still calling it sobriety, even though I've been having a few drinks. So, sorry if I'm offending anyone.
Sobriety-ish.
Sobriety-ish. Yeah, sobriety-ish. I think we're both confident now in our sobriety and sobriety-ish that we are happy to open up a conversation and talk to people rather than just sort of cowering in the corner.
Yeah. You're not alone, team. We've all been there, and if you've got anything that you want to add, we always love to hear it and share.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. We have got phone fuck up the PH.
It's a phone fuck up with the PH. So we can give it F with the call or text. Phone fuck up with the PH. Give it a ring. Check it roll the dex.
If you've listened to last week's episode, or whenever that was, my last
week,
I'm going to follow on with that one, and I'm so happy about it too.
So last week, do we need to put in context last week what it was, or it doesn't matter?
No, go back and listen to it. Oh,
go back and listen to it. Yeah, go back and listen to it.
Go back and listen to it. Well, this week, Young Punk, I got a drunk text message as well saying, giving me the hold, baby, are you awake? I got one. I got one.
This is the same dude, same young punk?
Same young punk, but also on that night, so funny, I've got 3 drunk dials as well. on fire on Saturday night. I love that. I love it so much that I haven't drunk dialed anyone in 7,000 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And to be on that drunk dial, I'm like, yes, I love that.
What time was the baby awake text sent?
That 4 a.m. And I wonder how many are cast out and how many bites they get. Do you know what I mean? Or how many take the bait?
Yeah.
And I love it. Like I messaged and, I can't even remember what my reply was, but it was funny, like pump him up. And then the drunk calls from another old mate, he rang the next day and said, I'm so sorry. Like,
full apology.
Yeah. And he, when he's on the phone, he's going through Macca's drive-through, wanting me to talk to his boss and his mates and, like this whole thing at like 2:30 in the morning. It was so funny. And I love it.
He left a voicey. He left a voicey. Was that the voicey?
No.
You spoke to him?
He rang, I missed the call. He rang, because I'm asleep. This is like, he rang at 11, rang at 1. Then I must have woken up at 1. I'm like, keen to chat. And then rang at, I think I must have woken up at 1:30 and I'd seen these two missed calls. I'm like, you all right? Like, you drunk? Or, And then he said, I'm so drunk. And I was like, oh, that's so fun, ha, ha, ha. And then rang me about an hour later. Because I turned my phone off silent then because I'm like, I want to take this call. I want to hear this.
Totally.
I want to hear this drunk talk conversation. I want to be involved. It was so funny. Yeah, so it was good. And just talking absolute garbage. It was fun. And then, rang the next day and said, I'm so sorry. I said, no, I love it. I love that. I love
I
just
thought he's thinking of you that hour.
Yeah, it's cool. So I'm a fan.
I wonder if he woke up with dread going, oh God, what did I say to Claire? Or
100%.
Yeah.
Horrified. Yeah. No, I love it. I love it. And I love that they always preface and go, I'm so drunk right now.
Yeah, they do. They do. Brilliant.
But it's fun. Yeah. And thank God they don't listen to the pod, but I hope they don't.
I know. Hi, boyos.
Hi. Love you.
It's time for the recommendation of the week.
Well, you know how I love a froth over books, Maso.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to give our listeners my 3 holiday books that I've read in the last, month. First one is Soulmate, and I haven't got any of the authors, so you just have to Google the titles, people. I'm organised, but not that organised. So Soulmate, read that in a day. On the beach.
Oh, bang.
Brilliant. Once There Were Wolves.
Oh, I've heard of this one.
Yeah, brilliant. And I'm currently reading Lessons in Chemistry. I'm about halfway through. Love it. It's so far, so good. Brilliant.
You are incredible on the books. I absolutely love that. I'm going to recommend Dave Grohl's book.
Oh, yeah.
Did
you finish it?
No, I'm a horrible reader. I wish I was better. I want to be better at reading. You're so good. You inspire me to be better. But my other little reco, P.S., your books were really great recos. I'll have to put them on the Insta as well.
You're welcome.
Is what have I written here? Sober. The sobriety. When I think of someone, just send them a message. And this is what, how you had said, asking people how they are. And I love that, like saying, how are you? The other thing, if you just feel like throwing a text out rather than wanting to sort of unleash that whole how are you thing, is just say that you're thinking of them. And my little line at the moment is, when I think of you, I smile.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Or just message and just go, thinking of you, I hope your heart is calm.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, that's my little thing at the moment. I hope your heart is calm.
Love that.
They can just, and they,
beautiful reco.
That's it. That's all. That's what I got. What a good hit out of love today. Remote. Yeah.
And I just want to say shout out to my kids, Cruz and Elkie, who are just sitting at the table opposite me. They have been little delightful little angels this whole recording. They've cooked themselves breakfast. They're playing noughts and crosses. Elkie's got dressed. Cruz still rocking around in his PJs. But yeah, they've been little legends.
I love it.
Well done, team.
That's so good.
They're that enthralled in their game of noughts and crosses. They give me nothing. So yeah, good for them.
I love that. You know what we would love? So thank you so much, Elkie and Cruz. What little legends. Also, can you little legends, our banterers, jump over, give us 5 stars, rating. share it with your friends, tell friends
Please,
about it.
please.
That's how we grow and get
Yep.
more legs for the potty and see us go further. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. And Maso,
Thanks.
I'll be seeing you tonight at Jill Starks. Starkers, we are coming for you, baby.
Look out, baby. Love ya. Thanks
Love
for
it.
listening, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Edog.
See ya. Thanks, Edog. Bye.
This podcast is proudly produced by our audio engineer, music extraordinaire, Eric Ladd.
We love you, Eric.